What's up, guys? It's Will Garcia. It's your boy. Alright, so I have some time, at least a little bit of time between my jobs. So that's why I'm sitting here in front of you today. Lovely crowd, and I am pouring my heart out. I'm just kidding. No, I'm just sitting here eating some Greek yogurt. It's actually a Mayer brand. I would show it to you, but it's on top of the thing, and I just like fixed the pen right there at that angle, so I don't want to move it. But it's pretty good. It's vanilla. It's vanilla flavor. First I thought it was banana, but no. It's because it looks kind of weird. Anyway, just wanted to, damn, look at that definition, man. Look at that. Alright, anyway, just wanted to talk to you guys about one thing. Today's point. Point of the day, or lesson of the day, is don't put for tomorrow what you can do today. Like the longer you take in doing something, or the longer you put something off, then the more likely it is for it not to get done, and then if it does get done, well, it's because it took a long time, and you finally realize, oh, I have to do it. Not the reason why I'm making the video, but I've been thinking about when to set up a system, because everything is a system. Going to school is a system. You have to get up at a certain time, you have to brush your teeth, you have to eat breakfast, you have to change, walk out the door at a certain time so that you can get to school in a certain time. Everything's a system. School goes from 1 hour to another hour, and you get out of school at a certain hour. That's a system. You have to walk home, blah blah blah. Your job is a system. You have to clock in. You have to, if you open the store like I do, you have to open the store. You have to take the alarm off. You have to clock in. You have to make sure everything's faced. Everything's a system. So I've been thinking of a system of when and how would be the best time to record the videos, when would it be the best time to upload them, things like that. Usually the more time I have off is toward Friday and Saturdays, where I can record videos, because I have some time throughout the week, but that'd be to upload videos, because all you have to do is to upload is just, if the video's already edited, all you have to do is just start uploading it. So anyway, I've been thinking of a system, but point of the video today is don't put off for tomorrow what you can accomplish today. And that's easiest way of seeing it is if you say that you might do something, for example, many of you guys did that workout. Oh, I have to get started on my cardio. I have to start running. Are you gonna go tomorrow? Are you gonna run tomorrow? And your answer is, I might run, or maybe. So that's not good enough. That's not gonna cut it. Nowhere in your life, it won't really fit in. A maybe doesn't fit in. Especially if you have to get something done, or if something's important to get done. Maybe and might won't cut it. Why? Because if you say maybe, I maybe might run, then there's a maybe is a 50% chance that yes, but it's also 50% chance that no. So if you say maybe I'll run, well, guess what? Maybe you won't run. But if you say that yes, I'm going to run, and you're sure, you said yes, I'm going to run, then you would have already built kind of a system in your mind of you have to run. And you will run, and most likely you will run. Most likely, meaning 90+% chance you will, and you will because you said you would. So if I say, yeah, I'm gonna run tomorrow, well, I already know in the morning, get up, eat a little bit of breakfast, maybe a small meal, or not a small meal, but maybe a banana or something, head out the door jogging. Why? Because I already said I was. But if I say maybe, well, I'll wake up in the morning with the maybe thought in my mind, and I'll just be yeah, maybe I'll go 5 more minutes. Let me see how I feel. Maybe 5 more minutes. If I feel good to get up, I'll get up and I'll go run. Oh, look, I slept for half an hour. It wasn't even 5 minutes. Okay, I get up. I'm gonna eat breakfast. Maybe I'll go run. Maybe I'll go run in half an hour. maybe, because maybe is not existent, non-existent. So, maybe it's not gonna cut it. Maybe it doesn't cut it. And the thing is, if you know it's important, and the thing is, you have to get it done, then if it's something that you shouldn't put off, and that's just like payments or anything, payments, car payments, eventually you're not running your life because you're not making that decision to do it. But what happens is, like, certain dates, time frames, they actually, it's like a timeline. See, like, I see time as like a cardio machine, like a treadmill. What happens is that time is continuous. It keeps running, right? It keeps going. It keeps going. So the treadmill is the belt. The time is the belt on the treadmill. And the thing is, it keeps going. It keeps going, and you keep walking. But what happens if you say maybe and you just get on? Well, say you wouldn't just, like, it wouldn't knock you off, right? If you would get on, but if you got on, then the belt keeps going, right? So what happens is that it eventually catches up to you. Say there's a little pebble on the belt and it eventually catches up to you, you can trip on it. Why? Because it caught up. That same thing. Maybe. Time keeps cutting itself short, and then the day comes when your payment was due. Oh shoot, I don't have the money because I said I might save up for it. No, you didn't say you were gonna save up for it. You didn't save up for it. So now you're screwed. So now you have to ask for an extension. Now you have to ask people for money to let you borrow money. Now you have to work extra hard just to get a little bit of extra money because you said maybe. Maybe you'll start saving up for that payment. I'm doing my best not, to not be a maybe guy and just do things, And the best way of seeing things like that is, like, don't look at things as a drag. Because nothing really is a drag. And that goes hand in hand with, like, how some people handle stress. Like, for example, say you only work, right, one job, and you only work a job for part-time, 20 hours a week. So you have the rest of the week, the time you're not working, you have the rest of the week to do anything you want. But the thing is, right now, since you see the job as, oh man, I have to work, well, it's stress for you, right? It's a certain level of stress. But because it's the hardest thing you've ever known, the stress is really high. Say the stress is at a 9% out of 10. Well, okay, not 9%, but in a point system, it's a 9 out of 10. 10 being like the most stressed out you've ever been, 9 being a little bit less than that, but it's still up there. So what happens, blah, 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 you get stressed because you're working 20 hours a week. But then you have to work 40 hours. Why? Because you have to make some payments. You have to, meet some deadlines. Well, now you're working 40 hours a week. So when you start working 40 hours a week, that's going to be your stress. You're going to be like, oh man, I have to work 40 hours a week. I don't have time to do anything else. Then you're going to realize that, oh, I remember back when I used to work 20 hours a week, how unstressful that would be at this point. And therefore, when you get to work those 20 hours again, you won't be stressed out anymore. Why? Because it's a different level of stress. You didn't know about that. You didn't know how far you could go, or how far you can stretch that limit, that borderline, And when you do, you see the difference. You're like, oh man. And then that becomes less stressful. And now you're working 40 hours a week. Now you're stressed as hell. And then you realize, oh man, I'm about to have a kid. Having a kid takes up like the rest of your time when you're not working. And even then, sometimes, your wife or has to stay home from work, or not to stay home from work, but they actually don't work, and the kid takes up most of the time or all of their time. So now that's a bigger stress, because now you just don't have to work 40 hours a week. You have a kid to take care of. So when you're at that point, you're gonna look back and say, oh man, I remember when the only thing I had to do was work 40 hours a week. How unstressful that seems now. And that's the way it goes, that's for everything. So if you can always remember or think that something can be worse, and if you can make that comparison and connection, then things will become easier. And I'm not the best ambassador for that, I have a lot of flaws as a person, and I'm trying to become better at them. Better at being a better person, but it takes time, You can't turn back years and years of running a certain direction, or running or being a certain way, you can't change like overnight. How they say though, and this has been one of my points with a few people back, you know, in history, in my life, is I've told them, I'm like, well, the thing is, you can change overnight, but the thing is, you wholly as a person don't change overnight. You change the direction overnight, and that's actually Maxwell's view on things. Is like, I think someone else's quote, I think, but he quoted it, is that you can't change the direction. Oh, this is how it goes, I think. You can't change the direction overnight, but you can change the destination overnight. You know? So it all depends. But anyway, that's the point for today. Kind of a longer video. Didn't expect it to go over 10 minutes. Probably end up being 9 or 8 minutes, so I'm gonna edit it. So just don't put off for tomorrow what you can do today. Okay, guys, and that goes for everything in life. And just make your life run smoother. This is your oil change. Anyway, I'm gonna finish up my yogurt and head out to my second job, or my other job, because I don't even know which one's first or second. So complicated. So see you guys soon. Hope you enjoyed this video. Comment, subscribe, leave your comments in the comment section below, and I will hopefully hear from you soon, and you will hopefully see me soon and sooner. Cool? Alright guys, take it easy.